I don't get it. I don't get it. The dawn of another legendary name. The dawn of a new day. The dawn of a pathetic sounding experience. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, does Vince McMahon really know how to make me mad and make me even more of a bad mood than I already was in before watching this show? Oh God. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. Just pacing back and forth in my room. Wearing my hoodie because I want to, for just some way to try to bring a little bit of joy to the stream. Because the first round of the Superstar Shakeup is over. And while there were some moves that I could say I liked, some moves I can say I'm like, it is what it is, whatever. There's some moves and changes that completely took me out of the show. I sat here, of course, trying to get a couple things done before doing this stream, looking through the show. I can say there's some stuff on this show that may have been better to swallow if it wasn't because of one particular part of the show that just really took me out of it. And the thing also is, this is the other thing too, this is a Superstar Shakeup. It's not a draft. It's a Superstar Shakeup. Well, here's my problem also I have with this. Yes, obviously, there were some stars on the show tonight that we'll be seeing tomorrow night as well. Hopefully Braun Strowman, maybe Roman Reigns or Bobby Lashley or Baron Corbin. I don't know. Someone in that main event is at least going to SmackDown. Somebody. It's definitely not Seth Rollins, and I sure don't want it to be Drew McIntyre, which, okay. McIntyre going over to SmackDown, I guess I could live with, but I feel like I'd rather have him be on Raw. Because of the names on Raw, of course, Seth Rollins and who debuted on the red brand in that main event, the people I want to see Drew McIntyre have matches against still for the Universal Championship down the line. But man, I am so scared now for NXT call-ups anymore these days. Especially with this name. I don't know. I have mixed results of not the brand split. Can't think my words here. Of the Superstar Shake results of tonight. There wasn't really too many, big names that came over from Raw. But the confusing thing also is this is when, of course, we're supposed to be, finding out which superstars are going where with these NXT call-ups floating back and forth between brands, even though most of them did almost absolutely nothing until the last 2 weeks. Yeah, it's right. Someone did absolutely nothing except walk out and walk back to the back, and now she gets an opportunity to earn not a tag title match. I can't even think my words. To earn a title shot, and she get a title shot now. Why? Because she's probably sexy. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, big boobs, and Vince McMahon probably thinking if this was the PG era. I'm sorry, if this is the TV 14 era, I'd be sleeping with this woman. So the thing is too, if these superstars are on Raw tonight, does that mean for sure? The only one that confirmed was Lacey Evans. Like, maybe the rest of them are on Raw, but the thing is, Heavy Machinery was not on the main show, but they were on main event. They're not going to SmackDown? No formal announcement they're going to SmackDown? They're able to announce one guy that was even shown on the show tonight coming over to Raw that I absolutely just despise. Because this is pulling him away from a freaking tag team that freaking stuff I want to see him do on SmackDown. There's some moves though. I'll say I'm like, okay, and most of the moves I say to Raw, I'm like, whatever, what they were. A couple I'm like, maybe like one or two I'm like, okay, cool, or I don't know. We'll see, of course, when we get to that. But I, of course, will be exploding when we get to that 8-man tag team match. I will be exploding because I exploded already. Enough for my mother to be like, I better be prepared to hear you say loud stuff on your review. And don't worry, Mom. I will go off. I hope you're not sleeping because I don't want to wake you up. But I'm going off on that name. Let's check the live chat and see what we got here, guys. First off, of course, this is the Club Man Night 3 coming at you for a live review of Monday Night Raw from the April 15, 2019 edition that took place in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Again, the first night of 2 for the WWE 2019 Superstar Shakeup. Should just be just a draft. That way we know for sure where those NXT stars are going. You know, want to confirm was Lacey Evans, who flat out said, "Now I'm officially a part of Monday Night Raw." Of course, we'll get to that. Now let's check the live chat, see what we've got here. What's up, Mark? Vince gave. We'll talk about that. This is why Triple H should be in charge for sure. AJ, Ray, and Miz should stay on SmackDown. FU Vince. Tyler says, yeah, especially with that name change. But not all. Again, not everyone moving over to Raw. I'm upset about, but we'll get to that. The stupid part was Lacey Evans having #1 contenders match after only having one match so far. Yeah, we'll get to that, of course. We might have a dream match. It's true. We do might have a dream match for sure on Raw now that someone, of course, phenomenal is on Raw for sure. You know, of course, get that why I'm kind of mixed about that one in a second. And Lauren says draft suck. Oh, Lauren, you committed cardinal sin there. You said draft. It's Superstar Shakeup. Vince McMahon is, having a panic attack now, just freaking out because you said draft. And who knows, maybe war is a bad word also because that name is no longer in one of the freaking... I'm just so mad about that. I'm so pissed about that. I still can't say pissed off thinking about Drake Maverick. But let's get to the show and let's talk about this. Oh yeah, Tyler says if Brock goes to SmackDown, he'll flip. I will flip too. Brock better not go to SmackDown. If he's going to SmackDown just to be the one to take, just to, dethrone Kofi Kingston, I'm done. Absolutely done. I will be so pissed off if that happens. Again, if Brock wants to stick around and have matches without the change being involved, okay. But if you're going to have him just go there just to take the WWE title and make that feel irrelevant next, I don't know what will make me more mad. That or the Viking experience. What? What's that? What's that? What's that? Viking experience? We'll get to that in a little bit. But let's talk about this show, guys. As always, guys, participate in the live chat if you like. And also, I'll get this plug out right now. I'll plug it again from now on in the description box down below. Not only will I have the link to my Twitter account, but I'll also have my link to my recently published, it's called The Man's First WrestleMania Experience documentary. Yes, right. I made a 25-minute documentary just, even though I used my phone to take photo and video, of course, from my trip to WrestleMania 35 last weekend. I put things together just, and did like a mini interview with myself just to, show, some more of my videographer skills with the limited tools I have and be able to, tell a story of my WrestleMania experience. So if you want to check that out, guys, please, as always, check that out. Check out below as well for you guys to do that. Tyler says, great, now Roman going to SmackDown. I actually would be okay with Roman going to SmackDown. Hopefully he'd be better on SmackDown, but of course, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, of course, with that. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore with WWE. But anyways, let's get started. The show opens up, of course, with the McMahons. I missed most of this opening promo because my TV decided to suck and not work for a couple minutes. So I missed a couple minutes of this promo. But basically, it looks like, they came out just to go over what all involves a shakeup. Well, all involves a shakeup is you show up. Hi, I'm on Raw now. Hi. And that's all it is, basically. Stephanie and Shane were out there. Shane was the man named Mike Rowe to do what he does on SmackDown. And then he demanded him to do it in French, but Mike doesn't know French, so Vince did it. Shane did it in French, I guess. So then he then dumps on Quebec's before, again, they talk about the shakeup. And then Stephanie goes to introduce the first shakeup. But then, of course, she knows, gave it away. He starts to show him photos of, Mr. Miz's baked potato face and just call him other things before, Miz's music playing. He had shake from behind with a steel chair and whatnot, which is another beat down. Again, it's obviously not done between these two. But somehow Miz got busted open. He was bleeding on the side of his face. Don't know what happened. Maybe Vince probably flipped out about that because, oh, it's blood. For crying out loud again. The kids these days have probably been exposed to much worse things than we were as kids because, this is how it is these days. I'm sure kids can survive with blood on someone's face on TV. It's not like it's like a gory, graphic moment. No, people bleed. If I got a cut on my arm right now, I have a little bit of a blood drip sitting right there. Wipe it off. I don't know why I did that look there. It's over. I'm so tired. Because someone mentioned something. I'll get to that name when we get there shortly. But anyway, so The Miz is on Raw. All right, move. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know. I kind of thought maybe he'd stay on SmackDown because, he maybe get, he'd switch brands every single year. And maybe, he'd get into the title picture, maybe whatnot down the line. I don't know. But Miz is on Raw now, so we'll see where that goes, of course. Then we have now it was announced later on that our main event will be a 6-man tag match of the boring trio of Baron Corbin, Montreal's favorite son. I still hate that new introduction I have for it. It's so stupid. Him, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley taking on Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and a mystery partner who will be making his Raw debut. So, okay, it could have been definitely a nice surprise there. Last year, of course, the big surprise in the main event last year was Bobby Roode, and look where he is now. So, we'll see how that tops off. Of course, we get to that. So then we have people making their entries for the next match. Here is where the show lost me. The show lost me here. And yes, I could say, look at the rest of the results. There was still some good stuff on the show. But this just really took me out of this show. So we have Ricochet come out. And then Aleister Black. Obviously, they'll keep them as a freaking tag team if they are staying on Raw. Which makes me angry because, again, yes, they're a fun group together. But they should be single stars. They're too good to be held down to just a tag team position. You could put one of these guys on SmackDown. Why are they both on Raw? Again, if they're on Raw, again, at the end of this, I'm going to look through the WWE app and look at the Raw roster and see who is on there. Again, I'm assuming the NXT stars that were shown on tonight's show are going to be on Raw. They didn't announce the Heavy Machinery or Nikki Cross, so I'm assuming they're going to SmackDown. And you know what? Cool with me. There's one problem. Nikki Cross go to SmackDown, and someone else came over to Raw from her crew. We'll get that, of course, in a little bit. But anyways, so Ricochet and Aleister Black are still on Raw. Out came the Raw Tag Team Champions, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Then the Revival, who would this be? Maybe, Undisputed Era? Maybe their debut this way, or I don't know. Someone. Some big surprise, maybe. Or maybe it's going to be, a heel tag team from SmackDown. Maybe it could be The Bar. Again, The Bar didn't even show up tonight. If The Bar didn't show up tonight, then why the hell did they show up at that main event last week and just ruin the show for me? They didn't show up. We hear music played. It sounds very familiar, right? Who is that? Oh, it's the War Raiders. They're NXT Tag Team Champions, but, I've seen people, make their main roster debuts as champions in NXT. Not a problem. War Raiders, okay, nice surprise. Didn't expect that. Cool. I noticed that their Titan Trunk's a little different. I'm like, huh? Huh? Which, by the way, she's out for 9 months with double knee surgery, apparently. So, huh? Now has to go on to what we got this guys exposed to here tonight. That absolutely just ruined my night. This absolutely ruined my night. Out comes the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm sorry. Those guys are apparently still in NXT. These are just some lookalikes now, apparently, because the War Raiders on the main roster on Raw is not the War Raiders. They're not even War Machine. And they're not even Hanson and Rowe. Let me introduce you guys to, formerly known as Hanson, Ivar, Rowe, Eric, the Viking Experience! The Viking Experience! One more time. The Viking Experience! It's one thing to bring up Adrian Neville and drop Adrian and make it Neville. Okay. Elias Sampson is just Elias. It'd be nice to have that last name, but you know what, Elias? is not the end of the world. You change War Raiders as NXT Tag Team Champions to the Viking Experience. That's not a team name. That's a tagline, for crying out loud. That sounds so childish. What is this? What is this? Are promoting a Happy Meal at Long John Silver's or something? What the hell is this? And then he can't be Hanson anymore. He's got to be Ivar, which I thought it was Igor, but it's Ivar, which I'll give that one some credit. It's at least, it's creative. It's different. Ivar. But why can't he be Hanson? Then we got Rowe, who's just Eric. Who the hell is Eric? Is it because Eric Rowan is no longer Eric Rowan? He's just Rowan, so we got to give Raymond Rowe Eric. This guy is Eric. Who the hell is Eric? You know, in Seinfeld, you know, in the episode where George was asking people, you know, Bozo the Clown. No one knew the famous clown, Bozo the Clown, but they had to bring in Eric the Clown. Who is this? Is this Eric the wrestler now? And of course, during these matches, they're like, yeah, they have a rich history. I say, no, the War Raiders have a history in NXT. Hanson and Rowe have a history in NXT. Oh, Aleister Black and Rick Shane, you know how these guys like to face him. No! Aleister Black and Rick Shane did not face the Viking Experience. They faced the War Raiders. They bring it's one thing to bring up, you know, a random tag team and change their names. But to have them still as your tag team champions and give them the worst possible names you could give them. Ivar, Eric, the Viking Experience. One of my friends told me it would not surprise me if they changed their name because Vince McMahon was afraid of war. Well, if that was the case, again, what's wrong with Hanson? What is so wrong with Hanson? What is wrong with Rowe? It's one thing to change the team name, but to change the actual superstars' names also? These are completely different people. Unless it's like a copyright reason or so. I just don't get at all why on earth they gone through with this name change. Especially in the situation War Raiders are in right now. They're being tag team champions. Obviously, maybe they were planning to take the belts off them sooner or later. I think they're going to probably drop the belts to the Street Profits. That's who I'm thinking they're going to drop the belts to. But you're changing their name to the Viking Experience. Ivar and Eric. Eric. A plain-ass popular name. Eric is now Rowe. Rowe is Eric. I was just so mad. I really could not watch this match. I mean, the spots I saw were decent. You know, I did appreciate, you know, Hanson. I'm sorry, Ivar, you know, show off his agility, as I do enjoy his agility, but just the stuff they were saying during this match, saying stuff like, yeah, you should know these guys so well. No, we don't, because they're not who we said we are. They're not who they say they are. They're not the War Raiders. They're not Hanson and Rowe. They're the Viking Experience. Ivar and Eric. I'm just so mad about this. I was so mad. They won. They're probably going to get a tag title shot. Okay, but I hate that. Why have to change his name? Why did they have to change the name? I don't get it at all. It sounds so corny. It sounds like something you'd see at like a Long John Silver's kids meal or something like that. You know, again, like, what is this? This is not a damn kids show. This was never intended to be a kids show. As I said before, too, you know, I'm sure there's kids at like 10 years old who get exposed to much worse things than the word war or just a little bit of blood. They play video games, I'm sure, where there's a little bit of blood in there. But you know what? No, they can't survive on that. Vince McMahon is so paranoid over the smallest, childish little things that he can't even come at least with, like, you know, a reasonable new name if you can't use war. You couldn't call them, I don't know, something involving Vikings. I don't know. Not dominant Vikings. I don't know, something. The Viking Experience. That just sounds so plain. Like someone in kindergarten could have thought of that. Again, Evar at least is a creative name. I'll give Evar, even though, you know, I'd much rather have me Hansen still. But Ro is Eric. Who are you basing this off of? Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Again, they won. There was a couple cool spots in the match, but I was just taken out of it based off this name. I'm mad. To me, there'll always be Warriors, not the freaking Viking experience. That just made me mad. I'm sick of it. Then we got a video package. Apparently, Cedric Alexander's coming to Raw, which, you know, I'm glad that, you know, he's finally getting more opportunities as he's deserved to be besides the cruiserweight division, but I'd rather have him on SmackDown still. I feel like he was a much better fit on SmackDown. I mean, there's still guys on Raw I want him to face, but I just don't trust Raw with him right now. I don't trust Raw with him. So we'll see where they go with Cedric Alexander. Hopefully, he'll be having a main event match against the slice of Seth Rollins, the guy who was drafted over to main event. That will lead towards the end, a couple other people, but I still would much rather had Cedric on SmackDown. Put him on SmackDown, turn heel, have him feud Mustafa Ali. I'm sorry, just Ali. Another name they had to cut short, which I still don't get why. Dear God. So then we have Finn Balor come out. This actually I enjoyed. Finn Balor came out getting ready to have a match, a non-title match, against an opponent being handpicked by the McMahons, apparently. And the opponent's revealed to be Andrade Cien Almas. Still Andrade Cien Almas, not just Andrade, which also apparently he's dating Charlotte now, because I've seen how many Instagram photos with the two of them at the Hall of Fame ceremony on the beach. Interesting pairing, but okay. So Andrade Cien Almas comes out with Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega introduces herself and her business associate and mocks Finn before talking Almas and his talents up as Balor's equal and opposite. She talks about how they don't speak English as a first language here in Montreal. She hands it off to Andrade before he speaks some long Spanish promo, which, okay, I normally said, but, you know, sounding, intimidating, I guess. And we had actually a pretty good match between Andrade Cien Almas and Finn Balor, which Finn Balor, kayfabed a knee injury throughout the match. And, of course, Zelina Vega, her involvement, of course, was kind of reminding me, of course, of what they did in NXT. I mean, yeah, she had some involved on SmackDown, but it didn't feel like, this, I don't want to say this hot, but like this, on this high of a level since NXT, I gotta say. She got involved, distracting Finn Balor when the referee wasn't looking, hitting her Hurricanrana, and eventually leading to Andrade Cien Almas getting the win. So it looks like, if I have a hunch, it looks like, again, Samoa Joe to come over. He's staying on SmackDown. I'm still hoping Finn Balor goes to SmackDown tomorrow. But if that's the case, then if they want to put the IC title on Andrade Cien Almas on Raw, I'm fine with it. I mean, Andrade was fine on SmackDown. I felt like they were just, heating him up but not going all out with him yet. I mean, of course, his best, of course, was his match with Rey Mysterio. But, a couple matches he had with Rey Mysterio. But I'm fine with them being IC Intercontinental Champion on Raw. If they want to go with that route, fine. Fine with me, guys. Completely cool with it. So that was fine with me. We got that. We got to recap what happened last week with Elias and The Undertaker. Elias had an in-ring segment, playing a few bars of Undertaker's theme, talking about how his music is so powerful that it brought both the Doctor of Thugonomics and the Dead Man. Why did those legends interrupt his? It's because it could be jealousy, but it runs deeper than that. It's because WWE stands for Walk with Elias. He got a real special song tonight. Anybody who interrupts will ever be able to show their face again. And out comes Rey Mysterio, who is back on Raw, which, all right, I feel like he's more of a SmackDown guy, but he's on Raw, whatever. It is what it is. A couple people, of course, see Rey feud with Sami Zayn. He can feud with Rey Mysterio. He's one against Seth Rollins, awesome. Him and, of course, whoever was drafted over last. Get through that shortly. Couple names I gotta say. So not the biggest one for me, but like, okay, cool, whatever. So he gets in there and tries to take out Elias, even though he botched a springboard onto Elias. But then Elias runs away. Out came Lars Sullivan and took him down. So I guess Lars Sullivan's on Raw also. We don't know for sure, but that happened there. Oh, and also, let me pull up my Twitter here. There was a couple botches I noticed tonight. One of them was Michael Cole saying that WrestleMania is 8 days away. He said WrestleMania is 8 days away. I'm sure it's a lot more than that, Cole, because you botched like crazy. Let me see if I didn't miss any botches. Besides, of course, one of them was revealed who was about to come out. Thanks a lot, WWE. You were just on a roll with botch. Let's see here. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Also, there was an advertisement tonight for on Sunday. It's called the Shield's Final Chapter. At 9:30, you're going to be seeing the Shield's final match. Well, one, wasn't Dean Ambrose's final match in WWE last week? And two, wasn't the Shield's final match, as Seth Rollins said during that match, got bleeped out, one more effing time for a triple powerbomb or triple double powerbomb, as Roman Reigns said at WrestleMania 30 when his promo skills were really bad back then. But anyways, I thought that was all it's all happened in the past. So why are we having this now? Oh, this is Dean's last match. No, this is Dean's last match. No, this is the Shield match. Make up your all talk WWE, all talk as you are. But anyways, so Lars Sullivan beats out Rey Mysterio. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are in the ring after commercial, saying there's been a lot of changes tonight, but the one thing that will not change is the fact that when Roode and Gable are here, they're on their game. They can beat any tag team in the WWE. Chad shushes the crowd, says they're on their game tonight, and if anybody doubts that, the invitation is open and they're here. Who wants some? And of course, I well knew it was coming out because another botch was they put up a graphic instead of saying Bobby Roode and Chad Gable when they're in the ring. They put up the Usos. Botch there, but the Usos are on Raw, which cool with me. They get to be with their cousin again, unless if Roman Reigns goes over to SmackDown tomorrow, which could happen. Who knows? But we'll see, of course, what happens there. So Roman could be going to SmackDown. I don't know. I'm hoping Braun's at least going to SmackDown. That's the one thing I'm begging for. Put Braun on SmackDown. Okay? Anyways. But so what's your thought here now? So again, the Usos are on Raw. I mean, they could have stayed on SmackDown, just had fresh competition come in around them, but them coming over to Raw, fine with me. So they come in, they have a solid match with Roode and Gable, and they win. So awesome, Raw return for them. Before we get to the next thing, live chat, let's see what we got here. Let me see here. We've got yes, that Universal title match. I do want to see Mark talk about that, of course, a little bit later. That is still my #1 dream match right now. We can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that one team that's out of the title picture for a while, the Samoan Slaughterhouse, because Nia Jax is injured. Why couldn't Baron, Bobby, and Leo be the one having travel problems? Who knows? Who was having travel problems? These problems, I'm not sure. Can't wait for tomorrow to see who Paige's team is for sure. What do you think of the EC3 beatdown? We'll get to that. Yeah, I hate Vince too, Tyler. Tia Cooper, what'd you miss? Oh, the War Raiders are no longer the War Raiders. They're the Viking Experience. Ivar, and Eric. That's who they are now. Tia Cooper, thanks for joining me live. Told you Styles would have drafted the Raw and the Usos. Yeah, I know. Was with the creepy chair. Which creepy chair are you talking about? My chair or I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Owens and Orange should be on Raw, not AJ, Ray. Vince is a dick. Oh, geez. Firing shots there, Tyler. Yeah, I think Orange should have came to Raw for sure. Owens I'd rather have on Raw, Sammy on SmackDown. Again, I keep saying keep Owens and Zayn separate for 1 year and just see how it goes. And they need a break from each other. Alexander and Balor. I mean, if Finn stays on Raw, I'd like to see a match with Alexander and Balor. Wasn't expecting Miz and Ray to go to Raw, and I wasn't expecting Andrade either. Andrade and Charlotte have been rumored. Yeah, there's a ton of photos on Instagram of them dating, apparently. So, yeah. Zelina's on Raw, and yes, Naomi's on Raw. So we'll get that shortly. Andrade's stock going up since dating Charlotte. Yeah, probably that'll happen. Watch either Balor, Roman or Seth, Alexa, and Roode and Gable go to SmackDown. Seth's not going to SmackDown, I don't think. Roman, maybe. Balor, I want to see go. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, I guess I don't know. I want to see at this point with what we got tonight. I want to see Heavy Machinery. I think SmackDown should get Heavy Machinery, the Revival, and the Undisputed Era. That's who should go to SmackDown, in my opinion. We all know it's Bray Wyatt with the creepy video package. Yeah, we all know it's him. Hopefully that works out well. So now all WWE couples are together on the same brand except Charlotte and Andrade. I guess, who knows? I'm not sure anymore. I find it so awkward that Zelina is married to Aleister and is partnered with Andrade. Strange, yeah, but the partnership happened first for the marriage. WWE hasn't been doing anything with Ray, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, not really. Well, besides him, his mini feud with Andrade's, yeah, almost. I don't know if this one continue on Raw or not. Who knows? I wonder if it was supposed to have Asuka team with Bayley, because they did have to rewrite a lot of stuff due to travel problems. Asuka had travel problems also. Oh dear, that's not good. Is Alexa face now? I have no clue. 1 week on the talk, she's acting like a face. Next week she's a heel again. I have no clue what's up with Alexa. But the only 2 people I know are heels now are EC3 and the Viking Experience, which I'll be doing turn alerts on those 2 after this show, of course. Lars is like the 2004 Kane and Snitsky. I don't want Lars being insulted. I want to give Lars a chance. But WWE will call Lacey Evans just Lacey. You hear it from me. Oh, yeah. Who knows? She'll just be Lacey. Who knows now? Dean is apparently having his final match next week on Raw, or is he supposed to be facing Nia? Well, Nia's injured, so he's not going to be facing her. But Dean's the Shield's final chat today is on site. I don't know when Dean Ambrose is leaving now at this point. Who the hell knows? Lacey versus Becky. Who the hell knows for sure? I bet Vince is going to make Aleister drop his last name. Oh, yeah. For racism reasons now. Stupid. Yeah, I heard Sasha unfollowed WWE and Vince. Her and Bayley were pissed for sure. I don't blame them. Sammy did have a good promo. Yes, Gable, we are heels. Braun isn't going anywhere. No, Braun has to go to SmackDown at this point. Braun has to go to SmackDown. He needs it. Who makes decisions for where superstars go? Who knows? No idea. The Canadian crowds are always so hostile. WWE cites as teasing Roman versus Rollins for what? Yeah, that's the name. So stupid. Why did they change the War Raiders name? Who knows? Again, someone said maybe Vince is afraid that war is too violent sounding, whatnot. Dear Lord, again. I'm sure most of his kids play Call of Duty or whatever heck video games they play on Thursday. SmackDown is dead. Who knows? Who knows, man? The creepy chair with the doll on Raw. Again, that's probably Bray Wyatt. Styles was rumored to go to Raw for months. Watched the best of NXT TakeOver 2018 this weekend. It was awesome to take a chance. Or should have went to Raw. I agree. Becky and Seth rumored to be dating also, which yes, I've heard that also. Now Takeover wants the Undisputed Era to stay in NXT. At this point, honestly, just keep them there. Who knows? Someone said they'll bring them, call them the 4 big dudes or something like that. If they bring them up, they could change their names. Who knows? What about a feud between Orton, Styles, and Miz and Shane? I don't know if we're going to be getting a continued feud with Orton and Styles, since there are several brands now. Miz and Shane's definitely continuing. I want to see an Extreme Rules match between those 2. We got just Daniel. What's up? Raw was a disaster, which it was a complete disaster. But again, just that name change really took me out for sure. Watch Paige bring Kyrie and Io to SmackDown Live. Maybe. Wasn't EC3 always heel? Believe it or not, no. He did come in kind of as a heel in NXT, but then they made him a babyface when he feuded with Velveteen Dream and a few others. So he was babyface for the last portion of his NXT run, but I think he should be heel for sure. But who knows? Not going to do with him anyways. All McMahons are all heels. I don't know it. I don't care anymore about the freaking McMahons. Thought Styles was injured. Me too. I guess not. Thought Lashley and Sasha Banks would have held those belts. Thought Bayley and Sasha would have held the belts longer. Me too, definitely. Again, they're supposed to win them back at SummerSlam last year, but then they hate the belt design. So they crapped on them more. So I don't blame them for winning out. They won out. Good for them. Lawrence getting Raw C-. I'll miss Sasha. She leaves also too. But again, she's doing the right thing for sure. She's gotten the crappiest booking for sure. Her and Bayley. Styles and Rollins. That's still my number 1 dream match. I gotta say, or not Elite Squad. What's up, man? AJ's more of a SmackDown guy than a Raw guy. Raw was terrible with their picks. Mickey needs to go to SmackDown Live. Forgot about Mickey, maybe. Yeah, Eric Young's on Raw also. It was just they just mentioned that in a segment with a graphic. Eric Young's on Raw. Not saying I need just Eric Young. Just need someone to fill up main event now. He's not doing anything as a single star. No, nothing at all. Money in the Bank's next pay-per-view. Nikki Cross is not married to Eric Young. Nikki Cross is married to Killian Dane of Sanity, not Eric Young. Lashley go to SmackDown, I won't mind. Sasha go to SmackDown, I like that also. When is Ember Moon going to get an opportunity? I've started to think maybe either Sasha or Ember is going to move over to SmackDown tomorrow. One of the two is definitely going to SmackDown. Yes, Nikki Cross is married to Killian Dane. Bray is with JoJo. I know Dan. I wasn't talking. Oh, right, my bad. Read that there. Okay, so we'll get back to this review. So we have a moment of bliss next with, if I should say, because I will say it now all the time when he comes out now because of what happened before he left with injury. But she had a moment of bliss with Sammy. It's good to see you again, buddy. My Barney voice. We say it every time Sammy comes out now. I will literally tweet it. But Sammy came out to a great ovation. Of course, the crowd it plays music. How many times he just played along with it? So finally, he finally sits down and they start talking. Alexa says, "Fantastic to see him back," which Sammy says he's been in the city all week. It's been great seeing his friends and family. But God, the people though of the city. The low point is because probably right now just being in this room with all these people. It's just so Quebec. He doesn't really want to be here tonight, but it's funny. 9 months ago, he'd have been looking forward to this kind of response, but now the cheers make him sick. The crowd projects all their issues onto Sammy, and he's not accepting it. He thinks it's disgusting, and they should all be ashamed of themselves. And of course, this is where Alexa Bliss gets kind of act like a babyface, which again, 1 week she's a babyface, 1 week she's a heel. Is she going to be next Dana Brooke? Who the hell knows? I guess we didn't get one for. Oh gosh, what if they draft Dana Brooke to SmackDown? WWE, don't do it. Don't move Dana Brooke. I don't want to hear another one of her. I congratulate Becky. I may be an underdog, but I am not in the back of the line. Her freaking typewriter robotic promos. I don't want to see her on SmackDown again. Ember or Sasha show up tomorrow. Not Dana Brooke. Please, no Dana Brooke. Keep her on Raw because she should be released anytime soon. But Alexa Bliss, or if Alexa Bliss goes to SmackDown, I'll be okay with that. Alexa asks if he really thinks that and goes to bat for the people on Montreal, which Sammy says he was born here, but there are not his people, and he doesn't even live here anymore. He chose to leave before, just like he's choosing to leave right now, and he knows where he's going, back home, of course, to his home in a nice warm Orlando, Florida. And of course, the crowd's chanting, "Na na na na, hey hey hey, goodbye." And Sammy, of course, says his new catchphrase, I guess now is "See you in hell," and he just walks out. Good promo by Sami Zayn again. We'll see, of course, where this goes. As he's definitely just crapped on the crowd for sure, and guess in the heel heat, because again, when Sami Zayn has the right material, he is glorious on the microphone. We have the Iconics then in the ring. Are they on Raw? I don't know. Or are they still on SmackDown? Because they're the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions now. So I guess that's the flip between two brands. I don't know. I don't know what's up with them. Of course, Becky Lynch. Well, I guess they're like Becky Lynch. They gotta be on both brands because they only have the only set of titles for a dead women's tag team division that I probably just don't care about anymore because it's pointless. There's no freaking depth in this women's tag team division. Zip. But they're in the ring, and apparently there's a backstage promo. Bayley, can't, get a hold of Sasha Banks for some reason. Sasha, hasn't been on Raw, and she apparently didn't want to show up because she's unhappy with the product and whatnot. And of course, the Iconics just trash on her. Bayley promises them a fight with another tag team partner, and her partner ends up being Naomi. The match was very brief. They pretty much squashed the tag team champions. I'm sorry, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. No, I don't want to scream that loud and squeal. So Bayley and they win after a split moonsault from Naomi. So Naomi's on Raw, of course. We got to recap the main event of WrestleMania, and then I had a little bit of hope because we had EC3 come out. And they said EC3's been demanding competition. What happens to him? Match doesn't even happen. Braun Strowman comes out and just beats down EC3 and chokes him and slams him through the stage. So EC3 again, I don't know who the hell he pissed off, but I guess he's on Raw, but he's not going to be doing anything. Nothing at all. and he's a heel. So then we, of course, get a graphic of, who's moved over so far. And of course, again, we're told Eric Young's on Raw, which is just going to be him being on main event. In catering, sorry, Eric Young, you lost your beard, you lost all your hair, and now you're on catering now because they didn't give you a chance on SmackDown with Sanity. None at all. Nothing at all for Sanity. Who knows what's going to happen to them on SmackDown? Who the hell knows? We have Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott, even though, of course, the referee clearly saw the Riott Squad pull Ruby out of Becky's, disarmer. It was not a DQ, but Becky Lynch wins, eventually getting her to tap out. And then, of course, afterwards, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan go to attack, but then Becky cleans house. Backstage, we then see an interview with our boring heel trio of Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre. Corbin asked if Charlie's been traded to SmackDown, but she asks the question here. McIntyre doesn't care who their mystery opponent is going to be in their tag team match, but the only thing he cares about is getting his hands on Roman. Corbin says Seth and Roman are hiding high, but he's a guy that ran Kurt out of WWE, and think they're going to run Rollins and Reigns off of Raw. Leah Russo, of course, there speaking for Lashley, says the question you have to ask is who's stupid enough to team against Lashley, and that closes out the interview. Becky's still in the ring, and out comes Natalya, congratulating Becky on her historic win, and says she's dreamed her entire life of main eventing WrestleMania and turned her dream into reality, and she was the first woman to pin Ronda Rousey, which, talking about Becky Lynch, of course, as well as the first to win both the Raw and SmackDown women's titles in one night. Last week, she talked about needing to sleep with one eye open, so Natty wants her to know that she's the best there is, basically saying that she's coming for the titles. Becky's like, okay, I spent years in the trenches with underappreciated women like Natty, and the second she held the two titles, so she's now Becky Two Belts, she knew those overlooked women would hunt her down, just like she did to that little weirdo Ronnie and Charlotte, but that's the nature of the business. She says they travel the world as teenagers just to get a foot in the door, and look at them now. And since Natty built a revolution on the ground, it'd be a pleasure. Unfortunately, it was a Natty giving it a title opportunity because out comes Miss da 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 da. I have my blonde hair, I have my blue eyes, I have my big tits, Miss Love, and I'm getting a super push. Besides the fact that I haven't had a match besides the Royal Rumble, but it doesn't matter because Vince wishes I was here to TV 14 era. Lacey Evans comes out and she says these nasties need to stop discussing a title match against themselves because a lady knows how to curry favor and get exactly what she wants. And now that she's officially on Raw, which again, the only NXT star that officially said she's on Monday Night Raw, what she wants is the Raw Women's Championship. And per McMahon, she has the authority to tell Natty they'll be wrestling in a #1 contenders match for that title tonight. And hey, maybe a lady can teach the man a thing or two. So Lacey Evans, again, has just one match on the main roster so far, besides maybe a couple matches on main event, who knows. But she has only had one match shown on TV, the Royal Rumble match. And somehow she's earned a chance to wrestle for an opportunity for the Raw Women's Championship. She fights Natty and she beats Natty. She's done absolutely nothing, and then she's earned an opportunity. Here he goes, just like we all expected. Only thing I can at least appreciate from the match is at least the fact that, Lacey didn't finish the match with her women's right. I hate that finisher. It's just a right hand punch. What's the difference? They're just throwing a regular punch to the face and this knockout looking punch. She finished her off with a moonsault, which was a nice moonsault, but of course, Lacey Evans is now #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship, and I do not care whatsoever because once again, what has she done so far? Nothing. Seth Rollins and Roman's going to be backstage. Rollins plays like he's going to give away the mystery part, but Roman says they got to wait. Seth admits this is the honeymoon phase and life's good. He's champion. His brother's back and better than ever. But for their opponents tonight, life isn't going to be so good. They're not going to forget about what they did to Dean Ambrose, especially what Bobby Lashley did last week. Regardless of whether this is their last week on Raw, Reigns says they're going to tear it down in Montreal. We have, of course, well, first we have a creepy dollhouse with flickering lights and a rocking horse, rocking with no one on it. Pan past some dolls and stuffed animals, and a ventriloquist dummy in a black dress rocks a rocking chair before stopping suddenly and laughing, which again is just, it's Bray Wyatt. Whenever he's going to be here, I don't know, but at least we finally know Bray Wyatt is almost back. And then, of course, we continue to have entrances, you know, the boring trio, once again, former acting general manager, former that. Again, I still thought that the whole thing was with Baron Corbin making fun of Kurt Angle for being a former this and a former that. So why is he doing the same thing? Makes no sense. So again, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, the boring trio, they call them, come out. Then we have Rollins come out. Then first Roman Reigns, then Seth Rollins, and then who is the mystery attacker opponent, mystery partner for Rollins and Reigns? It is AJ Styles. AJ Styles is on Raw, which I'm not upset, but my thing was again, the story in this feud with him and Randy Orton was kind of the fact that, you know, who really, you know, runs this place, basically. And Styles won. Wouldn't you think because Styles won, he'd be staying on SmackDown? Like, if they're going to move Styles to Raw, they should have just had him lose to Orton at WrestleMania, in my opinion. Like, that's what they should. I still just find it weird, but okay, you know, I'm up for AJ getting, you know, some fresh, you know, opponents. Especially, of course, again, I love to see, again, my number one dream match right now is still AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. If that is next year's WrestleMania's main event, you got my money. And I'll even consider more going to WrestleMania again next year. Again, some of us are considering going to WrestleMania next year also. I'm not saying for sure I'm going again next year, but we'll see. You know, depends on my situation and whatnot. But, you know, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, if Roman stays on Raw, if they want to do AJ and Roman again, by all means, go for it. This is an even more improved AJ Styles Roman Reigns. I want Drew McIntyre to stay on Raw because I want to see AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. That'd be an awesome match. AJ Styles and Ricochet, AJ Styles and Aleister Black, AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Because again, they've had a couple good matches on, you know, Raw and SmackDown. Again, my favorite match is still the match they had back on like the second or third Raw after WrestleMania, after 32, 2016. They had an amazing match on Raw, and if Sami won, he would have been added to the title match at Payback. But there's a lot of names still for AJ to face on Raw. Of course, he's shaved and give him some fresh. Okay, but again, my thing was if he was going to Raw, he should have lost to Randy Orton. I felt because the story was being played there. But they've had a decent match, you know, just kind of give AJ's feet wet on Raw, basically, and the babyface trio wins, stand together. So obviously, someone in that main event, or at least one person, is leaving Raw and going to SmackDown market. It's probably going to either be Roman, Lashley, or Corbin. Those are the three I'm hoping, you know, goes to SmackDown tomorrow. But other than that, first, before I check the live chat and my grades one more time, let me go through again and see which superstars are on Raw from what, you know, my phone's telling me. Like, I moved over to Raw. Again, because again, with the NXT calls, you know, they could be appearing on both shows this week. We don't know who's, you know, going to be, you know, where. So who knows? Okay, so Raw officially is listed. AJ Styles, Aleister Black. So I guess he's staying, and we won't know for sure until tomorrow. Andrade Cien Almas, which again, I think I'm happy with that one. Of course, Becky Lynch is flowing back and forth between brands while she's dual champion. We also got Cedric Alexander, who I'd rather see on SmackDown, but again, him and AJ Styles would be an awesome match too. If I didn't say that already. Keep scrolling here. EC3's on Raw, probably be main event, just being squashed left and right. Eric Young, main event worthy catering. I'm sorry. Hanson and Rowe are still in NXT. We got Eric and Ivar of the Viking Experience on main roster now. Let's see here. We've got the Usos, which I'm cool with that one. Lacey Evans, da 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 da. You're soon to be Raw, a women's champion. Lars Sullivan, The Miz, Naomi, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet. And of course, Selena Vega. So those are people who seem to move over for sure. I guess the Iconics are still considered, but we'll see how this goes. So check the polls here on Twitter. Check the live chat. I'm getting out of here. I'll probably do the turn alerts tonight or something tomorrow. What grade would you give the Raw? 19 votes, 21% A, 21% say B, 21% say C, 37% say D or lower. For the C+, so show, but let me see here. Let's see here where we got here. Anyways, why is on here? But let's see here. What we got here? We got here. WWE Super Tyler, and what's with Cedric going to Raw? I seen him go to SmackDown, but I'm glad he's getting up more opportunities. Just do a 5 Live. Asuka and Ember Moon be a tag team would be interesting. Bryan should go to Raw. I'd be okay with Bryan going to Raw. Is Canada a heel town? I don't know. War Raiders sound badass. Viking Experience sounds like a romantic trip. I guess, who knows? I want Sammy to stay on Raw since Kevin's probably staying on SmackDown. So I want to keep him separate years. Can you imagine if War that actually would be quite awesome, I'd say. Lars and Braun should be on separate shows. For now, say yes, Braun goes to SmackDown. What's up, AJ Rollins, by the way? Lars Braun would, though. Dana Brooke is cool. She needs a push. Okay. Tyler says Ken is a heel piece of shit. Wow. Did you hear Slow Joe is sick? I hope he feels better. Ooh, that sucks. Comics get on Tina Kumar's nerves, gets on a lot of people's nerves. Bill needs a heel turn. Wouldn't mind it. Sky Pirates will show up tomorrow on SmackDown. Fine with that. Yeah, AJ did shave. The impression was awesome of the Iconics. Thank you, Tia Couponer. Is Beth not going to show up anymore? I guess not. Sandy deserves an opportunity for sure. He's going solo. Yes, I agree. Ruby deserves better. Yes. Next week on main event, EC3 versus Eric Young, a TNA rematch. Yeah, TNA on main event. Or if you guys remember, Kurt Angle reminded Zayn and Owens last year when they were both unemployed that, TNA is hiring. That was still a very bold line for him to say. Why is Corbin so wearing this attire? I don't know either. She wants Drew to SmackDown. I still rather see him on Raw with the people on Raw. I'd rather see him on Raw. Drew versus Joe would be good, though. You think Vince loves the blondes? No shit, definitely he does. Thumbs up for the Lacey Evans impression. Sure thing. I try to be funny. Iggy will turn soon, but maybe. But the problem is he has the torn meniscus. Beth not around anymore? I guess not. Where has Nikki Cross been? Hopefully she'll be on SmackDown tomorrow. Yep, no opportunities for the favorite stars again. McMahon's just lied. I'm sick of them. Dana Brooke defeated Tamina on main event tonight before Raw. Interesting. Move Corbin to SmackDown. Get him far away from Raw and change his attire and look. I agree. I actually would like to see Corbin go back to SmackDown. He was actually, a lot more tolerable on SmackDown for sure. At this point, it may not, be able to save him. Are they going to have Bray as a face or a heel? I do not know. I think Bray deserves a serious run as a baby face, but with this kind of is repackaged character, who knows what it's going to be. We'll see what happens. Turn AJ heel and have him feud with Rollins. Honestly, if they do turn one of them, I'd say AJ would be the best one to turn heel with his feud with Rollins. Completely cool with that, AJ Rollins. Lashley and Styles may not be a bad match. Balor and Styles, of course, they had their match at TLC in 2017. Give them a pay-per-view, a WrestleMania match, like an A-show match. I think they could definitely knock out the park for sure. Cedric and Styles is a match I want to see. Cedric versus Styles on Ring of Honor was good, awesome. Aleister Black and AJ Styles. Ooh, yes. Yeah, we all know about Hanson and Rowe no longer existing. We could have kept Hanson and Rowe names for sure. Rowe was wearing kick pads that said Rowe. Yeah. Usos versus War Raiders would be a great feud if we had the War Raiders. But nope, again, we have the Viking Experience. That's who we have now, guys. Lacey's song funny. Tyler gave it a D-. Thumbs up for Lacey's impression. Mark gave it a C-. Usos and Gable and Rude had a solid 5-minute tag match. I do agree. That was a solid match. Elite Squad gave it a C. AJ should have stayed. Ray should have stayed. And Miz should have stayed on SmackDown. Randy should go to Raw. Kevin should go to Raw. And Bryan should go to Raw, which would be fine with that. But WWE has their own plastic surgeon. Who knows? I think Jinder Mahal and Apollo Crews go to SmackDown. Oh, God. Apollo Crews, sure. Jinder Mahal, no. Do not put him back on SmackDown. Keep him on Raw, keep him in main event, and keep him in catering. Do not put Jinder Mahal back on SmackDown. I'm begging you, WWE. I'm begging you. And Mark says, see you for your SmackDown. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And because I'm so confused about, some of these NXT call-ups that they are on Raw for sure, not. I want to wait to do, because usually for Superstar Shakeup, I usually do something like a creative thumbnail for the Raw and SmackDown reviews. So I will wait, of course, until after tomorrow's show before I do the thumbnail. So that's the reason why you don't see a thumbnail yet for this review. You'll see it tomorrow after SmackDown, so I might know for sure who is going where. So guys, I give Raw C+ tonight. What are your thoughts on Raw and the Super Shake tonight? Please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to slap like it a bit. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at @TheMayorBrian3. And also check out my my first WrestleMania experience documentary as well. The link to that can be found in the description box down below as well. And tomorrow will be SmackDown, probably 205 Live, NXT UK and NXT on Wednesday. The end of this week's gonna be a little bit busier for me with being the Easter holiday, and I do some stuff on Thursday and Friday for Easter. So I'm not sure. Sometime either Thursday or Friday, I will do my top 10 special stream of the week, and then of course I'm after the show. I want to try to get my Money in the Bank card predictions done as well. So guys, thank you for joining me live. I will see you guys all tomorrow for my SmackDown Live review from the 2019 Superstar Shakeup. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.